Welcome to Dynamic Scholars. Let's embark on a journey of learning together.
Hello students, welcome back to my channel Dynamic Scholars. So basically today's video is about paper 3, MEG 3 or paper 3 drama paper. As you can see here the module, okay, the SLM module page, okay. So basically your exams are coming up in a few days. So I thought I would give a summary of each unit in this paper, okay. So yes, I just want to I also want to highlight the important things you need to remember. And I will also share some important questions that could be helpful for your exam. So make sure to watch the entire video and subscribe the channel, and so you can stay updated on the other papers as well. So let's get started, guys. So first we can see here Volpone by Ben Jonson. As you can see my screen, Volpone by Ben Jonson, okay. And we have to understand Volpone is so much great writer, and Ben Jonson is just a great writer, and Volpone is one of the masterpiece. So I just want to say one thing, that suppose university if they ask something on basis of this paper, then yes, Volpone is important for your exam. Volpone is important, so don't skip this particular work, Volpone. So basically I just want to give a summary, I just want to give some important points, and I just want to give some kind of important questions, what you may get there in your question paper. So basically, if I say about this, if I give you a summary or gist about this particular work, so Volpone actually, it is a satirical comedy set in Renaissance Venice, okay. Just understand, Renaissance Venice, and it was first performed in around 1605 to 1606, okay. So this is the date, these are the dates, okay. And the play actually revolves around Volpone, a wealthy con artist, as we know. So okay, so actually who is pretending to be on his deathbed, okay. And Volpone lures actually greedy legacy hunters who lavish him with gifts, hoping to be named his heir. And also his accomplice, Mosca, his servant, his very nearest servant is Mosca, who actually executes all the plans. And Volpone give his ideas, or give his thoughts to Mosca. And so according to his need, uh, so Mosca helps him, and Mosca execute the plan, okay. So this is the fact, this is the main plot actually. So the legacy hunters include Corbaccio, basically Corbaccio, uh, who decided his son for a chance at Volpone's fortune. And one more thing I just want to say, and Corvino also. There are characters actually, basically Corvaccio, Walter, Corbaccio, and Corvino. These three characters are very important here. The plot thickness, as Volpon's schemes lead to a series of comical and dramatic events, and ultimately the resulting in his downfall. We can see the downfall of as a result, okay. So basically the plot actually reveals when Volpon's scheme are exposed, leading to the trial where actually justice prevails, and Volpone is punished for his deceit, okay. And Mosca, who attempts to outwit Volpone and outwit, okay, and Volpone and claim the fortune for himself, also meets a downfall. There we can see, okay. So the play actually highlights themes of greed, hypocrisy, and moral corruption, while showcasing Johnson's satirical take on the greed driven society of Venice. Okay, so if I talk about the genre, this is the comedy and satire genre, and setting is Venice. Major theme, if I say the as I said, greed and corruption and deception. Morality is also a theme, okay, and important characters are Volpone, Mosca, Corbaccio, Corvino, Celia, uh, Bonario. Okay, these are the characters, and publication date is 1606. This is a 1606. This is the 1606. This is the publication date, okay. So this is the publication date. Basically this play is a notable for its satirical critique of of human avarice, and making it an enduring piece in English literature. So definitely this work is very much important. You need to read this work as per exam is concerned, okay. So don't skip this particular work. This is very much important, and I just give you some important points regarding this work. Like if I have already discussed about themes like greed, deception, and the corrupting influence of wealth is like themes are, okay. These are the themes. And if I say the morality, so moral, if I say the play actually critiques the greed and corruption prevalent in society. And one more thing, that it is showing how it leads to self destruction, okay. Not only that, here some literary device used like satire, irony, or symbolism. Like if I say satire, then Johnson uses satire to mock the greed and hypocrisy of his characters, and also exposing the moral decays, moral decay of society. Not only that, irony is here. Irony is also used here. Like the characters greed leads to their downfall, which is ironic as their pursuit of wealth, and bring them ruin instead of prosperity. So symbolism, I said symbolism. So symbolism means like here symbolism used like animal in imagery is used in naming character like Volpone. You can say what is the name of Volpone? Actually animal name. In Italy we can say the fox or sly fox. This is the actually name, na, Italian name. This is the symbolizing their traits basically. So that Volpone used here as a symbolism, okay. Just understand what I'm saying. You can apply these points for your exams, note, or any kind of you are going to write. So it will enhance your paper, okay. So you will get some more score. You can gain some more score. Genre, as said already, that comedy and humors is the genre. The play is actually a classical example of comedy of humors. Just understand, comedy of humors, where characters are driven by one ordering, actually overriding trait or humor, okay. And setting is what? Renaissance period, early 17th century. This is the setting, okay. And place is Venice, Italy. Italy, which symbolizes wealth, commerce, and decadence. Okay, so publication year I have already said 1606. So characters are Volpone, Corvaccio. These are the characters. Celia, Bonario. These are the characters. And now the characters are interlinked. Like Volpone is the cunning character, cunning protagonist who feelings illness to con others. Okay, and Mosca Volpon's sly and manipulative servant who aids in the schemes, okay, who aids in the scheme. So Walter, if I talk about the Walter a lawyer. Walter is a lawyer, representing the vulture, greedy, vulture type, vulture or greedy. Walter actually vulture. I'm just saying this word, using this word, vulture. Vulture, greedy for Volpon's fortune. Okay. Not only that, Corvasio is a character, an old miser. Corvasio is an old miser. Okay, willing to desert his son for wealth. And Corvino is another character. Corvino, a merchant willing to sacrifice his wife's honor for Volpone's money, because Volpone's have some lustful need for you know uh, Corvino's wife. So that Corvino was merchant, so he actually in in some act, in several act, we can see that Corvino's wife was there, and actually who is virtuous and become a victim of her husband's greed. Okay, her name, as per my consent, Celia. Okay, so Celia is a character there. So you just need to understand one thing, that you have to read all the characters and their roles. Okay, if you are reading a drama paper, if you are reading novel, then definitely there are lots of characters. So just sketch. First, you need to do one thing, just draw a map, which character connected with who. So this is the technique to remember all the things, all the factors. So here we need to understand what kind of question may appear in your exam. Like they may ask you, like if I say discuss the themes of greed in Volpons, this kind of question may appear. Or how does Johnson portray greed thought the characters in the play. So this may be a question. Okay, this is also a question, so it may ask you, they may ask you this kind of question. And one more question may ask, like analyze the character of Volpone. How does he embody the traits of a trickster? Okay, and one more question is, explain the role of Mosca in Volpone, and how does he contribute to both Volpone's success and downfall. And one more point is, how does Ben Johnson, one more question I just want to say, how does Ben Johnson uses satire in Volpone? This is a very much important question. Satire, okay, Volpone to criticize the society on his time. And you can also use one thing, you can also sorry, not use, I just want to say, as per symbolism, we can create a question like this, that examine the use of animal imagery in Volpone. And what do the means what do the names of you know the characters symbolize. Okay, so you have to do one thing, discuss how the names, like if I say Volpon as fox, Corvasio as raven. Okay, Corvasio as raven. uh, these are the reflect the character personalities and actions. Okay, like you know Walter is a vulture. Okay, so this is the connection, these are the connections. Okay, so next we have Shakespeare's Hamlet. Let's talk about Hamlet. So in Hamlet is very much important, guys. Yes, Hamlet is also important. If you ask me which one is more important, then Hamlet is more important than The Tempest. Yes, they may ask you from Hamlet's. Okay, so they may ask you lots of questions, like two or three questions from Hamlet. So be prepared for this. Okay. So Hamlet is one of William Shakespeare's most famous and highly regarded tragedies. And the three early versions of the play are first quarto, second quarto, and third folio, first folio. Basically, I just want to say in 1603, quarto came and often referred to as bad quarto due to his its shorter and somewhat different text, and possibly I think, as per my concern, derived from memory or an unauthorized source. Okay, so that it is actually referred to as bat quarto, the first quarto. Okay, which was published in 1603. The second quarto, published in 1604, considered more reliable and closer to what Shakespeare intended, and this version is much longer and better edited. Not only that, first folio, you can say, it was published in 1623, the first folio of Shakespeare, and published after Shakespeare's death. Okay, after Shakespeare's death. So basically posthumously, you can say. So this collection actually of his plays offers, another authoritative version of Hamlet, though with some difference from quarter two, I think. So basically, if I talk about the summary of this particular work, Hamlet is a tragedy that actually unfolds in the kingdom of what? Denmark. Remember this, Denmark. The play actually follows Prince Hamlet as he grapples with the sudden death of his father. Okay, and King Hamlet and remarriage of his mother, and Queen Gertrude was there, and Queen Gertrude to his uncle Claudius, who has seized the throne. Hamlet is, visited by the ghost of his father, who reveals that he was murdered by Claudius and consumed by the need for revenge. And uh, Hamlet actually feigns madness, contemplates life and death, and struggles with his moral integrity. So the play uh, culminates in a tragic series of deaths, and including Hamlet's as the royal family and other fall victim to the cycle of revenge. Okay, so what kind of question may appear here? You need to understand. Like, they may ask you from theme, revenge. Theme is revenge, madness, morality, corruption, and the uncertainty of action. These are the themes of this particular work. If I talk about some other points, like the destructive power of revenge and the complexity of human emotion and motivations, we can find there. Okay, and if you ask me the literary devices, so yes, Hamartia is there, soliloquy is there. Soliloquy, like if I say Hamlet's soliloquies, especially to be or not to be. This is the soliloquy, to be or not to be. The famous quote, actually, uh, I think uh, lots of people say like this: to be or not to be. Okay, so these are actually, central to the play and revealing his inner conflicts. And they are also used metaphor. The rottenness, I said the rottenness is a metaphor in the state of Denmark, symbolizes the moral decay of the kingdom. Allusion, 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 allusion actually reference to classical mythology, especially in Hamlet's dialogues, and depth to uh, his character. Irony is there. Irony means, I just want to say, dramatic irony. Dramatic irony is prevalent, especially in Hamlet's Hamlet feigned. Okay, Hamlet feigned madness, which often reveals deeper truths. And genre, actually, this is the tragedy. Hamlet is one of Shakespeare's most famous tragedies, dealing with themes of death, betrayal, and revenge. Okay, as setting, if you ask me, time is the late medieval period. The though the exact time is ambiguous, so I just giving you an idea, like the late medieval period. Actually, this is the time. And if you ask me the place, so Elsinore Castle in Denmark. Elsinore. I'm just reading here, writing here. I don't know I can write here or not. Elsinore. I forgot the spelling actually. Uh, Elsinore, I think. Yes, Elsinore. 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 Okay. Elsinore. Actually, you can say Elsinore Castle in Denmark. This is the castle in Denmark, which symbolizes the interpret in entrapment and the corruption within the royal court. And the publication year, if you ask me, 1603 is the publication year. Was likely written between 1599 and 1601, and first published in 1603. So these dates are very much important. Okay, just note down what I'm saying. Okay, so these dates are very much important. And characters: Claudius, Gertrude, Hamlet, Ophelia, Polonius, Laertes, Horatio, the ghost. These are the characters. Okay, these are the characters. Hamlet, the Prince of Denmark, a philosophical and conflicted young man driven by the need to avenge his father's death. Claudius, Hamlet's uncle and the new king of Denmark, who is guilty of murdering his brother to seize the throne. This is Claudius. Gertrude, Gertrude is Hamlet's mother. Okay, Gertrude is Hamlet's mother, whose quick remarriage to Claudius disturbs Hamlet deeply. Okay, Ophelia, Ophelia actually Hamlet's love interest, who becomes a tragic victim of the political and emotional turmoil around her. Polonius, Polonius the father of Ophelia and Laertes. Laertes, a verbose and uh, meddling, meddling advisor, basically meddling advisor to the king. Laertes, Ophelia's brother. Laertes is Ophelia's brother, who seeks a revenge for his father's and sister's death, leading to the final duel with Hamlet. Remember the story? Are you enjoying? Then subscribe my channel, please. So basically, Horatio is their character. Horatio means Hamlet's loyal friend who survives to tell the tragic story. Okay, the spirit of King Hamlet, whose revelation sets the plot in motion. So now let's talk about the important questions. It is very much important. What kind of question may appear there? Discuss the themes of revenge, they may ask. University may ask you, discuss the theme of revenge in Hamlet, and how does it, uh, drive the plot and affect the characters. Okay. One more question may ask, analyze Hamlet's to be or not to be. Soliloquy. Soliloquy is important. To be or not to be. The famous quote. So I don't think so. You should skip here. Okay. Analyze Hamlet's to be or not to be. Soliloquy. Okay. What does it reveal about his character and his essential dilemmas? Basically, you can add something like discuss Hamlet's contemplation of life and death. Basically, I'm just saying, how should you write? Like, you need to discuss Hamlet's contemplation of life and death. Okay, life, death, and the fear of the unknown. So basically, this kind of points you can add for this question's answer. Okay, so one more question may ask, like, explore the significance of madness in the play. And is Hamlet truly mad, or is it an act? This is the fact. And I just want to recommend you, after the exam, just must read Hamlet and His Problem by T.S. Eliot, where T.S. Eliot, used a term, objective and correlative. Objective correlative. This is very much powerful, uh, literary device. So I just want to say that yes, there are lots of literary devices used here. So you should read and understand those. So you can apply those, you know, literary devices. So you can easily get more score. So don't forget to do this. Okay. So one more question may ask, examine the role of, woman in Hamlet. Woman in Hamlet. How Care, Gertrude, and Ophelia portrayed, and what does this say about the play's view on gender? Okay, this is the question. One more question I want to share with you all, that what is significance of the play within a play? Play within a play. Okay, just understand, play within a play. The uh, mousetrap, basically the mousetrap, how does it serve Hamlet's purpose and the play's overall themes? So this kind of question may appear there. Okay, that's all from Hamlet. And next we have Tempest. Tempest is quite important, but I just want to say that if you are going to choose between these two, then you should choose Hamlet. Okay, but I will give you the summary, as I'm making this video on this purpose. So definitely I will give the summary of this particular work, The Tempest by William Shakespeare. The Tempest is a story of magic, betrayal, revenge, and forgiveness, set on a, you know im, mm, a remote island. Okay, a remote island. The play actually begins with a storm, the tempest, conjured by uh, you know uh, Prospero, the rightful duke of uh, Duke of Milan, who has been exiled to the island with his daughter, Miranda. Remember, Miranda. The storm causes a ship carrying his, you know, uh, usurping. Okay, usurping. I think yes, usurping. There's a usurping brother. Okay, and Antonio, and the king of, I think king of Naples. Yes, king of Naples. Yes, king of Naples. Yes, king of Naples. Uh, Alonso. Uh, Alonso, king of Naples, and Alonso to rake on the island over the course of the play. Uh, Prospero uses his magical powers to, manipulate the shipwrecked characters, ultimately leading to reconciliation and his own return to Milan. So you need to understand the important point here, that you need to follow some important, like, if I say about the theme, then power and control is a theme. Power and control, or colonization, forgiveness, magic, and the natural world. These are the themes, okay? And if I say about the morality, then about the moral story, and the play actually explores the redemptive power of forgiveness and the relinquishing of power. Okay, so yes, there are literary devices like symbolism. Okay, symbolism, imagery, uh, allegory. This kind of literary devices are there, because the storm actually represents the you know uh, tumultuous events that lead to the resolution of past wrongs. So it is the symbolism. And if you ask me the imagery, then the island is depicted with rich fantastical imagery, symbolizing both a utopia and a you know a place of exile. And if you ask me about allegory, then some interpretations view the play as an allegory of European colonization, with the island representing the new world. So this is the allegory is important here as literary devices. Okay, and genre, romance is a genre mainly. Okay, romantic type. The Tempest is often classified as a romance, blending elements of tragedy and comedy, definitely, with a focus of the themes, on themes of reconciliation, reconcile, and renewal. This kind of theme you can get. And romance is the genre here. Okay, and the setting is, like, if I say the time, then the exact time is unspecified. If you read the main text, then the exact time is unspecified, though it reflects the Renaissance, basically Renaissance prison and place or magic. So definitely we can say that this is the place actually. Okay, and publication year 1611. The Tempest was likely written around 1610 to 1611. Okay, 1611, around it was published, and 1610 it was written. Okay, it was written and was first performed in 1611. Okay, so don't forget this. Characters are Prospero, Miranda, Ariel, Caliban, Ferdinand, Antonio, Alonso, Gonzalo. These are the characters. Okay, so Prospero, if I say the Prospero, the former Duke of Milan, and and the plays a protagonist who uses magic to regain his dukedom, and others other straight events on the island. Okay, and Miranda, Prospero's innocent and compassionate daughter. Okay, who falls in love with Ferdinand. I remember Ferdinand the Saussure, like Ferdinand. Okay, no problem. Here is the Ferdinand also. So, daughter who falls in love with Ferdinand. Okay, and after that we have the character Ariel. Ariel, a spirit of the air, and bound to the Prospero after the being freed, from the witch. Sycorax curse. Sycorax curse. Okay, SY Corax. Okay, Sycorax curse. Okay, Sycorax curse. Okay, so Caliban is one also important character, the son of the witch Sycorax, basically. Okay, and portrayed as a native and of the island, who represent Prospero's control. Okay, Ferdinand, Ferdinand, this assure nahi, only Ferdinand. Okay, Ferdinand, the son of King Alonso, who falls in love with Miranda and becomes part of Prospero's plan of reconciliation. Okay, reconciliation. So Antonio, Prospero's brother, who un, you know, usurped with dukedom and is a key figure in the play's themes of betrayal and forgiveness. Alonso is a character there. Alonso. Alonso is a very much important character, the king of Naples, who helped Antonio's usurp. Okay, Prospero, and uh, Undangerous, I think, undergoes undergoes a transformation by the play's end. Okay, Gonzalo is a character there, an honest old counselor who helped Prospero and Miranda escape when they were exiled. And important questions are there, like discuss the theme of power and control in the Tempest. How does Prospero's use of magic reflect his uh, desire for control? This kind of question may appear there. And examine the role of magic. Examine the role of magic, the Tempest. How does it influence the play's event and themes? This kind of question may appear. Discuss the significance of the island setting in the Tempest. How does it contribute to the play's mood and themes? So these are the important points. Okay, so next we have the rival. Okay, I'm not going to make this video so long, because people are not even they watch the video full, entire video they won't watch fully. They will skip, I know, but this is not the way of learning. You shouldn't skip, because each and every topic and each and every point is important. So don't skip, just watch the full video so you can understand what I'm saying, and you can now note down whatever I'm saying. Okay, so these kind of points you can add in your exam paper, so you will get some more score. Okay, so basically, the rivals by Richard Brinsley Sheridan here. The full form R.B. Sheridan, Richards Brinsley Sheridan. Okay, so rival is a comedy of manners. Just understand, comedy of manners. This I'm just want to write here manners. Comedy of manners. Okay, comedy of manners. Sorry, the spelling is incorrect. Comedy of manners. Comedy of manners. Okay, that revolves around the romantic elements and misunderstandings among, if I say, uh, among a group of aristocrats in 18th, yes, 18th century. Okay, comedy of manners. Okay, so basically, you need to do one thing. You need to understand that around the romantic, enlightenments, basically entanglements and misunderstandings among the group of aristocrats in 19th century in England. So basically, the main plot centers on the courtship of Lydia. Okay, I'm just writing here Lydia, Lydia. Lydia. Okay, Lydia is okay, Lydia is infatuated with who? With the idea of, uh, yeah, of if I say, infatuated with the idea of eloping with a man of lower status. Okay, and her aunt, Mrs. Malaprop, her aunt Malaprop. Malaprop opposes the match. The plays actually title refers to the rivals, yes, rivals competing the Lydia's love, including Bob Acres and Bob Acres, Bob Acres. Okay, Bob Acres, a country gentleman, and Sir Lucius, Sir Lucius. Okay, Sir Lucius O'Trigger, and Irish baronet. So through a story, through a series of humors, misunderstandings, disguises, and jewels, yes, jewels. The play explores themes of love, class, and the absurdities of social pretensions. Okay, so don't forget these points. An important point I want to say that if I say about the theme, so absurdity is the theme. The absurdity of romantic idealism. Theme is absurdity. Remember, absurdity absurdity of romantic idealism, social pretensions, and conflict between appearance and, if I say reality, appearance and reality, and the influence of literature on behavior. Okay, the play actually satirizes the folly of uh, basing one's actions on misguided romantic ideals and the ridiculousness of societal pretensions. Okay, and if I say the literary devices, so malapropism. This is a literary devices. Say malapropism. Why I'm saying malapropism? Actually, Mrs. Malaprop is famous for her misuse of words, a device that adds humor and character depth, like allegory instead of alligator. Okay, allegory instead of alligator. So this kind of connections. That is why I'm saying the literary device, a malapropism. Okay, this is the literary device here, and irony is there, and one more is satire is there. So the question is, what are the satires? So what is the satire here? What is doing here? What satire is doing here? Sheridan actually satirizes the uh, sentimental novels and romantic ideals that influenced the behavior of his characters, particularly Lydia character. Am I right? Lydia character, remember? So particularly in Lydia, okay, in Lydia's case. So genre, if I say the genre, it is like comedy of manners. Okay, because why I'm saying the comedy of manners many times, because it is important. Comedy of manners, the rival is classic example of comedy of manners. Okay, classic example. And also it is focusing on the social customs and affections of the upper classes. And if I say the settings, then time, if I say the time, late 18th century is the time reflecting the period, social customs, and attitudes there in time and place. The play is set in the city of Bath, Bath, Bath. Just understand the city of Bath, Bath, city of Bath. Okay, city of Bath, a popular social hub on the English, arts artist, क्या बोलते हैं उसको, एरिस्टोक्रेसी. सॉरी, कभी कभी छोटे छोटे वर्ड्स मुझे याद नहीं आते हैं, थोड़ा सा प्रॉब्लम होता है. एनीवेज, सो आई एम जस्ट टॉकिंग अबाउट द मेन इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट्स यू नीड टू नो, यू नीड टू रिमेम्बर, आप लोगों को रटना है। लाइक publication year is also important, like 1775 is the publication year. The Rivals was first performed in this particular date, 1775, okay, this year. And characterization and relationship with characters, if I say the Lydia Language is the character. I have already written here Lydia Language, full name is Lydia Language. Captain Jack Absolute, there is a character, Captain Jack Absolute, okay. Lydia Language, a wealthy young woman with a penchant for romantic novels and you know you know if I say elopement or fantasies, okay. And not only that, Captain Jack Absolute, if I say the son of Sir Anthony Absolute, okay, don't forget this. And who actually ooze WOOS, I'm talking about, who ooze Lydia under the guise of ensign Beverly, ENSIGN, ensign Beverly, okay. And Mrs. Malaprop. Now the question is, Mrs. Malaprop, Lydia's aunt, Mrs. Malaprop, known her comical misuse of words and her strict opposition to Lydia's romantic notions. So Sir Anthony Absolute is there. So Jack's father, he is, and who insists on arranging his son's marriage without realizing his son is already, courting Lydia. Bob actress Bob. एक second. Bob. Okay. This is the character here. Bob, a country gentleman and one of Lydia's uh, suitors. Shooter nahi, suitors, who is easily swayed by fashion and social expectations. Sir Lucius or Tiger is another character. Julia Melville is character. Falkland is character. So these are the characters. You need to read these characters. Okay. An important question, discuss the theme of romantic idealism. As I said, in the rival, how do Lydia's fantasies influence her actions, and what does the play suggest about the dangerous of such idealism? Okay, this kind of question may appear. Examining the role of disguise and mistaken identity in rivals. Do these elements drive the plot and create comic situation? So this kind of question may appear. What is the significance of setting in Bath? How does it contribute to the themes of themes and tone of the play? So these kind of question may appear, guys, so be prepared for this. Okay, paper 3 is not so easy. If you read as per enjoy, then obviously it is easiest paper. Okay, now the importance of being earnest. This is another work. Like the importance of being as earnest is uh, farcical, FARCIL, farcical comedy entered on the lives of two young bachelors, John, like Jack, John Ording, and uh, और कौन थे वो एल्जर्नन करके एक थे, ठीक है. So basically these are the characters, okay, who lead double lives of to escape social, you know obligations. Jack, who lives in the country, pretends to have a wayward brother named Ernest, whom he uses as an execute to visit London and enjoy a more carefree life. In London, Jack assumes the identity of Ernest. Okay, and Algernon, who lives in London, also adopts the name Ernest. Okay, remember this. Ernest, who adopted the name Ernest to woo Jack's TO2 double W double O to oo Jack's word Cecily, 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 whom he has never met actually. Okay, and both means deception unravel when they unravel when they both attempt to marry under the name Ernest. Okay, so these are the stories, actually the facts. Okay, and after that we need to understand the theme. The nature of identity is the theme. The construct constraints of societal expectations is the theme. And the play actually humorously critiques the you know triviality with which series matters are treated in Victorian society, especially if I say the emphasizes on superficial qualities like names. Okay, names, important of being earnest, names. Okay, and yes, literary devices, irony, epigram, and satire used here. Irony, why I'm saying the entire play is rich in irony, especially situational and dramatic irony, where characters are unaware of the significance of their actions. So that we can say irony is the literary device used here. And epigram means wild uses witty. Okay, just understand in here Oscar Wilde actually you know he uses Oscar Wilde actually uses witty paradoxical statements. Okay, paradoxical statements like epigrams, okay, throughout the play, which often reveal deeper truths about society. Okay, and satire is there. Wilde actually Wilde Oscar Wilde actually satirizes Victorian social norms, particularly the institutions of marriage and the emphasizes on outward appearances. Okay, and the genre is comedy of manners used here. Comedy of manners, the play is prime example of comedy of manners, focusing on the witty dialogue and social pretension pretensions of the upper class. And setting, the time is like the play is set in the late 19th century during the Victorian era. And place, if I say, the action takes place in two primarily locations like London, Algernon's flat, if I say, were situated, and the uh, countryside, I mean to say Jack's estate. Okay, so the publication year, let's talk about the 1895 has been published this work. And the importance of being earnest was first performed in 1895 and remains one of Wilde's most popular works. Okay, so characters are John, Algernon, Moncrief, uh, Gwendolyn, Fairfax, Cecily Cardway, Lady Bracknell, Miss Prism, Doctor Chasuble. Okay, so this kind of actually characters are there. Okay, the local actor, reactor, who romantically interested in Miss Prism. Okay, an important question. If you ask what kind of important question, they may ask like analyze the role of marriage in the play. How does Wilde satirize Victorian views on marriage and courtship? Okay, this kind of question may appear. And how does Wilde use irony to create humor and critique social norms in the importance of being honest? Okay, this is the question. Another question, and another question is examine the significance of the play's title. How does uh, uh, earnestness, okay, earnestness relate to the characters and the themes of the play? This question is important, so mark down. This kind of question may appear there. Okay, so another question is what is the role of the Lady Bracknell in the play, and how does embody and satirize the value of the Victorian, aristocracy. Like you can discuss Lady Bracknell's views on marriage, social status, and her role as a great, gatekeeper of societal norms. So you can add these points to make a note. Definitely, you can add. Okay. So if you need any kind of notes or any kind of suggestions or any kind of understanding, so feel free and call me. Okay, if you need, suppose you are not understanding any kind of question, then you can send me, then I can give you a structure, send some kind of a paragraph you can use, some kind of points you can use, some kind of you know important facts you can use. Okay, so I will share with you. If you ask me, then I will give you. Okay, so next is Man versus Superman. You can see here, Man versus Superman. This is also an important work, like Man versus Superman by George Bernard Shaw, GB Shaw, as we know. Okay, GB Shaw. Man versus Superman is a complex play that explores profound uh, philosophical themes, including the nature of human relationships, social institutions, and the idea of the Superman as proposed by philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche. Okay, and the play actually primarily revolves around the romantic pursuit between uh, you know, John Tanner, a radical thinner and uh, bachelor, and un Whitefield, determined and conventional woman who is intent to marrying him, despite his resistance and desire for independence. Tanner finds himself unable to escape Anne's pursuit, which he eventually succumbs to. The play also includes a famous dream sequence known as Don Juan in Hell, where the characters discuss deeper philosophical issues such as the purpose of life, morality, and the nature of heaven and hell. Okay, so important question they may ask from this. Before understanding the important question, you need to understand what kind of theme is there. The life of force is there. Life of force, the conflict between personal freedom and societal expectations is there. The concept of Superman and critique of romantic idealism is there, and the roles of men and women in society is there. Okay, the play actually challenges conventional notions of romance, marriage, and morality, advocating for new understanding of human purpose and the evolution of society. Okay, so there are literary devices like satire, philosophical dialogue, allegory. This kind of actually literary devices we can see. Like if I am saying philosophical dialogue, the play actually includes extensive philosophical discussions, particularly in the Don Juan in Hell sequence. Okay, where characters debate existential and moral questions. Okay, an allegory is there. The Don Juan in Hell scene serves as an allegory for Shaw's okay, GB Shaw's philosophical ideas about life, death, and human progress. Okay, genre, if I say philosophical comedy or drama, this is kind of genre. Actually, Man versus Superman is both comedy of manners and a philosophical drama. This both actually genre is we can consider it. Okay, this particular work, and blending humor with deep intellectual discourse. Okay, setting, if I say early 20th century, reflecting the societal changes of intellectual currents of the time. This is the setting, and place location include the garden in England. Okay, garden in England, and the dream sequence in hell. Okay, and the most important thing, the publication year 1903. Man versus Superman actually was written in 1903. and it first performed in 1905. Okay, remember these dates. Okay, so characters: Tanner, Anne Whitefield, Violet Robinson, Hector Mellon, Octavius Robinson, Roebuck Ramsden, Mendoza, Don Juan, or John Turner in the dream, basically. So Don Juan is there. Statue is there. Statue means commander. I'm talking about. So these are the characters you can read in from Google, so you can understand, or just follow the SLM. You will get everything there. Okay, next is important question. I'm just talking about important question. Then definitely, you can prepare, like analyze the Don Juan in Hell sequence. How does it serve as an allegory for Shaw's philosophical idea about life, death, and the nature of existence? So this kind of question is important. How does Shaw critique the institution of marriage in Man versus Superman? Man and Superman. What does the play suggest about the roles of men and women in society? So this kind of actually question may appear. Okay, and next is the murder in Cathedral, T.S. Eliot. So don't skip this part, this particular work, this drama. This part is this drama. T.S. Eliot is very much important, literary figure. If you read his uh, poetries, if you read his criticism, then you will understand that he is a masterpiece. He is a masterpiece. This is the fact. Okay, so guys, you just need to understand one thing, that in Murder in Cathedral is a verse drama, verse drama by T.S. Eliot that recounts the you know assassination. Just understand, recounts the assassination assassination okay, assassination of you know uh, Archbishop Thomas Becket in Canterbury Cathedral. Okay, Canterbury Cathedral in 1170. So the play actually is set during a period of political and spiritual conflict between, if I say, Becket and King Henry II of England. Okay, and Becket returns to England after 7 years of exile, fully aware that his stains against the king's encroachments on the church. Okay, and not only that, church's authority might lead to his martyrdom. So the play actually focuses on Beckett's internal struggle with pride and temptation, his confirmation, uh, uh, confrontation with the four tempters who try to sway him, and his ultimate acceptance of martyrdom as a part of God's will. The climax of the play is in the murder of Becket by four knights who act on what they believe to be the king's wishes. The play concludes with a relation on the meaning of Beckett's martyrdom for the church and society. So this kind of important factors you can get, and this is the just points you have to read, you have to understand, you have to understand the story after before writing anything. Okay, so important points you need to understand: the conflict between church and state is the theme, the nature of martyrdom and the struggle between temporal and spiritual power, the individuality of fate and the temptation of pride is the theme. Okay, And the play actually examines the spiritual courage required to embrace martyrdom for, you know, uh, for a higher cause, and while also critiquing the corrupting influence of power and pride. Okay, so let's talk about the literary devices. Chorus is the literary devices used here. Literary device, blank verse used here, allegory used here. Blank verse, why I'm saying Eliot actually uses blank verse, unrhymed iambic pentameter. Blank verse means, okay, unrhymed iambic pentameter to lend a formal and elevated tone to the play, reflecting its religious and historical themes. Okay, allegory used here, symbolism is used here. The play uses religious and historical symbolism to the explore deeper spiritual and philosophical questions, basically. Okay, so definitely symbolism used here. And genre, if I say verse drama or religious tragedy, this kind of, you can say that religious tragedy as, or words drama is the genre here. Setting, if I say 1170 in December, okay, and leading up to the up to and including Brecht's martyrdom, okay. And place, if you ask me, Canterbury Tales nahi, Canterbury Cathedral, there is a cathedral, okay, and emphasizing the scared space and the spiritual conflict and the at the heart of the drama, okay. And publication year 1935, definitely Mother in Cathedral actually was first performed 1935 during a period of political unrest in Europe, which gave the play's themes added resonance. Characters and relationship, if you ask me, then Thomas Becket is a character. Four tempters is a character. Four knights are character. Chorus character. Priest of Canterbury is character. Okay, so let's talk about the important question. Important question they may ask: discuss the theme of martyrdom in the cathedral, in Murder in Cathedral. How does Beckett's acceptance of his fate reflect his spiritual beliefs? So this is the question. You just, how to answer it, like, focus, you need to focus Beckett's internal struggle with pride and his ultimate, realization that true martyrdom is about self-sacrifice for a higher cause, not personal glory. Definitely, guys, you need to understand this. And analyze the one more question, analyze the role of chorus in the play. How does the Omen of Canterbury contribute to the development of the play's themes? This kind of question they may ask. Okay, so be prepared. How does Eliot use structure of the play, particularly the immediate uh, interlude to explore Beckett's internal conflict? So these are the questions they may ask you. But you need to do one thing. You have to read the main drama from SLM or from anywhere, so that you can get a brief knowledge from it. Okay, so next is Samuel's Beckett, Waiting for Godot. It is very much important. Don't skip it. Don't skip it. Godot is important and easy topic. Waiting for Godot is a groundbreaking play by Samuel Beckett. That is a you know quintessential क्विंटेन क्या कहते हैं उसको यार, क्विंटेंसेंशियल ऐसे करके है, क्विट क्विंटेंसेंशियल एसेंशियल, ओके, क्विंट एसेंशियल, ओके, रिमेंबर क्विंट एसेंशियल, मुझे भी अभी याद नहीं है वो वर्ड, आप लोग देख लेना गूगल करके, बट एज पर माई कंसर्न क्विंट एसेंशियल ही होगा. क्विंट एसेंशियल एग्जाम्पल ऑफ द थिएटर ऑफ द absurd. It actually follows two main characters, Vladimir and Estragon. Okay, Vladimir and Estragon, who actually wait for someone narrated named Godot. Okay, Godot, actually Godot, the pronunciation is Godot. Godot nahi, Godot. Okay, so who basically never arrives. Okay, they were waiting for Godot, but Godot never arrives. The play actually unfolds in two acts set in desolate, unnamed landscape. These the actually uh, parts actually, if I say. And Vladimir and Estragon pass the you know time by engaging in various controversial conversations and routines. Okay, uh, and not only that, encountering two other characters, Pozo and Lucky, in their wait. Okay, and Pozo, from pompous and self-absorbed man, and Lucky is he is his servant. Lucky is his servant, are also caught in the cycle of dependence and power. So the plays actually existential themes explore the meaning of life, the human condition, and the absurdity of waiting for a resolution that may never come. Okay. Important point, you need to understand the absurdity of human existence is the theme here. The passage of time is here. The search of meaning is here, and the nature of hope is here. Okay, so this kind of things you can get here from here. Literary devices की बात करूँ तो absurdism is here, minimalism is here, dialogue, like if I say the dialogue is also a literary device, but here is also used this the dialogue, a literary device, the fragmented and often circular conversational between Vladimir and Stragan's. Stragan emphasizes the plays themes of repetition on the search of meaning basically. So genre की बात करूँ तो theater of absurd is the main genre. Okay, setting की बात करूँ तो the place is set in unspecified time and contributing its timeless and universal themes. Okay, so don't forget this. एंड अगर मैं बात करूं पब्लिकेशन ईयर की तो 1953 is the publication year. Waiting for Godot was first published in 1953 and premiered in Paris 1953, also in 1953. So marking a significant moment in modern theater, we can consider it. Okay, so next is character and relationship. Basically you need to understand the characters. Vladimir, Estragon, Pozo, Lucky, Boy, boy, a minor character here who appears in the final scene of each act and delivering a message that Godot will not come today but will come the next day. Boy, the character is here. Okay, so important question, discuss the theme of the absurdity in Waiting for Godot, and how does Beckett, how does Beckett use characters and their situation to explore the concept of the absurd. Okay, this kind of question may appear there. You have to do one thing, that how to complete the question, like you can how to complete the answer, like you have to focus on how endless waiting and meaningless actions of Vladimir and Stragan exemplify the absurdity of human existence. Basically this kind of point you can use in your answer paper. Okay, or you can make a note for it. Okay, and what is significance of the setting in Waiting for Godot, and how does the barren landscape and single tree contribute to the play's themes and tone? So this kind of question is also important. You can write down, you can note it. What role does the concept of time play in the Waiting for Godot? How does the play's treatment of time contribute to its theme of waiting and existential uncertainty? Okay, this is important question. So you can use this question, okay, as important. And basically whether you were writing this, so you need to understand, discuss how the ambiguous passage of time and the repetition of events highlight the character sense of stagnation and uncertainty. So you can understand the question, after that you can write. Okay, so last topic is look back in anger. So this is the last topic. John Obson, uh, yes, John uh, Obson. Basically, Look Back in Anger is a landmark play by John Obson that introduced the, angry young man genre to British theatre. It also follows Jimmy Potter, a working class young man who is, disillusioned and, resentful about his life and society, set in a small flat in the Midlands. The play actually explores Jimmy's turbulent relationships with his wife Alison, his friend Cliff Lewis, and Alison's family. Okay, so basically these are the connected, okay, with this play. These are the main actually characters and main roles. And Jimmy's anger actually is directed at his perceived societal, and personal failures, and and he uh, constantly clashes with Allison and others, expressing his frustrations through a bitter and confrontational dialogues. Okay, so important point you need to understand, like class struggle, disillusionment with society, the impact of post war economic and social changes, personal identity, and the nature of anger and frustration. These are the important points. These are the theme actually, I just want to say. Okay, and the play actually critique the socio-economic conditions and personal frustrations of post-war Britain, and also reflecting on how these factors contribute to individual and social discontent. And literary डिवाइस की बात करूँ तो monologue यूज हुआ है, naturalism is there, symbolism is there. Monologue means Jimmy Potter's lengthy monologues reveals reveal his internal struggles and societal critics, providing insight into his character and frustrations. Naturalism means, I just want to say that the play actually employs naturalistic dialogues and settings to depict the everyday life and interpersonal conflicts of its characters. So symbolism की बात करूँ तो that flat and its domestic environment symbolize the limited scope and frustrations of the characters lives. Okay, so genre की बात करूँ, kitchen sink drama. This is the kitchen sink drama. I'm just writing here kitchen sink drama. Guys, don't forget kitchen sink drama. Kitchen sink drama. So write down this kitchen sink drama. The play is a prime example of kitchen sink drama genre, which focuses on the gritty realities of working class and personal conflicts. So you have to understand what is kitchen sink drama, then you can relate all the things. Okay, so settings, if you ask me about settings, so the play is set in the 1950s, reflecting the socio-economics conditions of post-war Britain. Okay, and publication year like 1956, Look Back in Anger, which was published actually in 1946 and performed 1956, and quickly become a significant work of modern British theatre. You need to understand. You can use this as your introduction. Okay, introduction of the answer. Okay, characters. What are the characters? Jimmy Potter is the character, Alison Potter is character, Cliff Lewis is character, Huff Turner is character, Mrs. Turner is character. Important question, if I discuss, then discuss the theme of a class conflict in Look Back in Anger, and how does Jimmy Potter's anger reflect the socio-economic tensions of post-war Britain. This kind of question may appear. Next is analyze the character of Jimmy Potter. What are the sources of his anger and how does it affect his relationship with others? Okay, so examine the role of setting in Look Back in Anger. How does the small flat and domestic environment contribute to the play's themes and mood? So this is also a point. One more question, if they may ask, what is the significance of the title Look Back in Anger, and how does the play's exploration of anger and frustration relate to its overall message? Basically, you can discuss how the title reflects the central theme of the play and focusing on, Jimmy's anger and how it shapes the character's lives and, interactions. So you can add this kind of points and situations during to give your answer, okay, in properly. So that's all from my side, guys. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed the particular video, and please like, share and subscribe. Share with your friends who are appearing for paper 3, who are appearing for part 1. Okay, so must share the videos, and please subscribe the channel. If you like my work, then please give a like. And if you need any kind of video or suggestion or any kind of feedback you want to give, then definitely comment box is empty, please fill it. Okay, thank you so much, and bye.